This is a video for commercial sales showing you how PM quotes can be managed in HD. What I'm proposing is a fictitious customer called Master PM Templates. So if you want to search for that customer, you can put in the least amount that would get you to where you want to go. So here is Master PM Templates, the customer. If we look at the work orders for that customer, this would be a 4X master template, 2X, 12X, whatever. For purposes of this, I've only constructed a 4X template. And note that I've only used 3 types of equipment, but this certainly would be constructed where all 20 different types of equipment would be represented here, and you just simply need to, when you do your estimate, simply delete what's not relevant. And there's a reminder here, of course, to get your travel charges in. There's a status that I constructed just for this purpose. It's called PM Quoted. You could have something called Open PM Approved. I'm going to propose that we move away from, if at all possible, having the customer to physically sign something in order for us to consider that to be approved, and then you got to scan it and put it in the file. I would like to find a way to circumvent that. Perhaps the approval email or something could be loaded into Google Drive or what have you, but I want to get away from that. The job type here is PM Commercial, name. There's language in here that would be that you could easily copy to the estimate. There's a due date. This particular due date is very extended because we don't want the template itself to show up as a past due item. So here's a PM 4X treadmills. It's saying that's $84 for each mill on an annual basis and $21 for each visit. So all we have to do at this point is just say, well, excuse me, we have to copy this. So we're leaving the template in place. We're copying to a work order. Do I want this to be reoccurring? No. If it were approved, it would set it up as reoccurring. And I don't want the customer to be master templates. I have to find the appropriate customer. In this case, it's going to be me. Obviously, if the customer didn't exist, you would have to first create that customer. But let's change this and make that applicable to me. So we would say that the status is PM Quoted. You could certainly expand on this job name. In fact, I would recommend that you do, so that you know which customer you might be dealing with or any other circumstance that needs to be identified. Here's our language. There's the due date does not copy over, but here's our template. So at this point, all we have to do is copy to estimate. And now we have an estimate. We can say, okay, this guy, he's got 3 treadmills. As far as ellipticals, he's got 2. And here's one of those things that's here, and they don't have any of those, so we merely delete those. We want to make sure that we get the right travel charge in here. And I live in Hamilton County, so I can put in HAM. No, we don't want the delivery charge. We want the service travel charge. And we want that to occur 4 times a year. So now we've got our estimate cooked up here. and we're talking about $584 per year. Unfortunately, these estimate notes, when you copy the work order to estimate, unfortunately these don't come over. That's a current downside, but it's easy enough to copy and paste those. So if you need to view a whole box, you can just expand it out. This would be for tech notes. You got to see a guy for a key. This can only be done a certain day and time, whatever. The private notes section is discouraged. We could certainly put a note here that says, this guy's a son of a bitch and very particular or whatever. We don't want to risk customers being able to see this. But we'll save that. And at this point now, all we have to do is email that out. So in this case, it's going to me because I'm the customer. I suppose you could copy Dave on this or anybody else. This language, I'm afraid, has to be fixed. So we would have to work on this a little bit in terms of we could say and move forward with this PM quote or these repairs. We do know that we can change the system, as we discussed the other day, to where all things are not coming from BGI service and replying back to BGI service. We know that we can make the email it comes from be from a specific user, as well as then when they reply would come back to that specific user. As we talked the other day, there's no problem in having this customized, certainly. So, we send that. And it would look a lot like this. It'd say estimate provided by. There's been discussion that this should say estimate for, in this case, Randy Clark, provided by. I'm still working on how to get that done without a lot of success. And here's the standard language that we would have to use for all estimates. Then here's the estimate that we created. So that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know. I would encourage you to set up your own account in HD and mess with this and play with it a little bit and see how it might work for you. Again, the advantage here is that it's there for everyone to see. Now that HD can do recurring appointments, it's very easy to say, all right, do this on a quarterly basis. So anyway, let me know. Check it out. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks.